I'm Todd Grisham, and welcome inside the King.
This bout is skipped.
A lot of trash. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Hook misses. He takes that jab. He got out of the way of that right hook. This theater is used to hosting concerts and plays, but tonight it's the sweet science that takes center stage.
Todd, I love theaters. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches actually echo. If you're that fighter coming in and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere, you know the pressure is going to be on.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice exchange here from both men. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. A perfect counter shot. That left uppercut doesn't score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round.
Switch on. Switch on.
On to the second round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
A perfect counter lands. The right hook misses. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
If you want to corner an outside fire, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin him down. Throw a blanket on him.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That counter shot lands. Can't score with that jab. These two were made for each other. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. About Loma in that last round. He is down big time. There's the bell to start round 3. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter. Catch and shoot. drop their guard, they get caught. Nice punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. How about that time counter shot? Which fighter will say no mas? That left hook is blocked. Beautiful counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Loma in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Let's reset.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Knockout or bust for both of these fighters. That counter punch caught him clean. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
So one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Beautiful counter punch. That jab misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell,
On to the 5th we go. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Well done with that counter shot. I'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
scores with the counter. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
And that right jab just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. At this point, you've got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need. Here we go in the 6th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in the guess.
Nice counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the...
And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See you continue.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Together. Just take the round off.
Here we go, it's round 7. And there's the bell to start the round. Good counter punch. Counter punching. Just misses with that uppercut. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That hook doesn't score. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
No rest for the weary. They exchange punches. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Punch, counter punch. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to And there's the bell for round 8. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Those counter punches have to hurt. Wow, let's take another look at that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
They've got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Nope, that hook won't score. There's a counter shot. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace.